boy, Stock Holiday, right back at you again with the latest and the greatest in these cryptocurrency markets. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into it. Let's talk about this new cycle. It is a new cycle. It is not like the old cycle. A lot of different things are moving. Things are not happening like it did in the previous cycle. So let's have a discussion and talk about some of the things that are different. Some of the things that we're seeing that has changed that we really need to be mindful of is if we are planning to make the right and proper moves come this quote unquote new cycle. So it's very important to make sure that we have that in the back of our mind and that we are ready. We're ready for the market to make its move. Whether the market goes up or whether it goes down, we have to be ready for when the market make its move. And we understand that we have already been to the downside. We've already been to the downside, so we are expecting some great moves to the upside. Expecting some great moves to the upside. Some of the things that we're seeing with Bitcoin, some of the things that we're seeing in the cryptocurrency market is very encouraging right now. We went through months and months of dips, tumultuous times where we had a lot of uncertainty and doubt. Fear and greed index was out of control. I mean, got below 10. Panic all over the place. Fear all over the place. So many articles out there making a lot of people panic sell. When the markets were tanking and dropping, people were panic selling. When the markets got near where the potential possible bottoms were, people were panic selling, knowing that that probably wasn't the right thing to do, but that's why it's called panic selling. When you panic, you do irrational things. When you panic, a lot of times you make emotional responses, reactions, and most of the time that's not the right thing. So we're going to take a look and see how this thing plays out. Very exciting times to be in cryptocurrency market. If this is your first time in the market, shouts out to you. Keep your seatbelts on, keep your helmets on, because it is a bumpy ride. This is the most volatile market that probably exists. Sure, there's some other riskier things out there, but cryptocurrency is not for the weak. You have to have patience to be in cryptocurrency. Who we got rocking with us? RRK, what is going on with you, man? Hope you're having a wonderful weekend, afternoon. Let's see what my brother RK is talking about. He says Bitcoin didn't get to $90,000, so it's going to tank from here. Might have to till the end of the year for lower lows. So this is the young man RRK. He is saying that since Bitcoin hasn't hit $90,000 yet, he said it's going to tank from here. He said you might as well take till the end of the year till you see lower lows. So it is always great to see the various perspectives. Always great to hear the various opinions. I respect everybody's opinion because everybody is the CEO of their own portfolio, so they got a right to have their opinion. Everybody have a right to feel and think how it is that they're feeling or thinking. He says, seems like the liquidity is lower levels. Market makers going to take out longs. Travis Kelly, what is going on with you, my man? Shouts out to Travis Kelly. He said, yes, I agree. I still feel we will go lower. Go lower than what? Go lower than $80,000 or go lower than $60,000. However, I think Bitcoin will have one more big explosion to at least 170 or 250. Wow. Then we drop for the new Bitcoin bridges. Well, if you're thinking we're going to go to 170,000 or 250,000, $250,000, when do you think that's going to happen? You think that's going to happen 2028, 2026? I am always interested to see and hear what the community is thinking. He said, remember, it's where you sell, not where you buy. Got you. Well, it's both. It's where you buy too. It's where you buy, but to make money, you got to sell. Oh, okay. Travis Kelly say he thinks it's going to go lower than 60,000. But dollar cost average in a healthy is healthy in the long term. Absolutely. DCN has been very instrumental and helpful. John 3:16, what's going on with you, fella? He say ZBET Network. He is bullish on ZBET Network. What are your thoughts on ZBET? But the overall market right now, RRK say $52,000 might be the bottom. Possibly. It could be $40,000. But just in case, the rule that I have been applying, we're going to dollar cost average in. If the market is dipping, if the market is tanking, that's okay. We're going to be right there, and we're going to be dollar cost averaging in to whatever the market is doing. And just in case the market don't dip below those scary levels that a lot of people are thinking, we're protected. We're covered because we were buying in the $60,000 ranges. We were buying Solana while it was dirt cheap. I mean, we went shopping. And now we can see some of the coins that we bought are in profits now. Yep. Jasmine Coin is pumping today. I got my eyes on Jasmine Coin because same way Ethereum can explode out of nowhere, Jasmine Coin can explode out of nowhere. XCN can explode. These are the characteristics of these coins. We've seen it happen before in Jasmine Coin. We've seen it happen before in XCN, ZBET Network. We've seen these coins go on humongous rips. So we keep that in mind because based on the history and what we've seen, the characteristics of the various coins, it could happen again. And it probably will happen again. We just don't know when. So that is where patience come into play. Knowing the possibilities and the probabilities that it probably will happen again, we probably will see some humongous pumps. It is going to happen again. Look at Zcash. Zcash pumped. Zcash came down. We say, you know what? The characteristics of Zcash is saying that it's going to go back up. Buy low, sell high has always been the recipe. So that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been learning on our journey in this cryptocurrency market that we are in right now. If this is your first time rocking with your boy Stock Holiday, do me a favor and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. My man Travis Kelly say by the end of the news cycle, 250. Okay. So the big boys can sell to get involved in other Bitcoin branches. Also, Tau may be bigger mover in the future. Well, we shouldn't be surprised that Bitcoin hit its top towards the end of 2025. It came down like it has always done, cycle after cycle. But one of the most important things that I paid attention to and is still paying attention to, John 3:16, I appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. That means the world to me. Hit that like button, y'all. Get them likes up. But large institutions are in the market, have been in the market since 2024 and before 2024, before the spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved. But when the price got real high last year, $126,000, people were buying the ETFs. Large institutions, we know what Michael Saylor was doing, were buying up Bitcoin. These guys have some of the smartest financial gurus on their team. They know what they're doing. They know what to expect. Shouts out to John 3:16 for becoming a new subscriber to the Stock Holiday Show. And shouts out to everybody who continues to support the Stock Holiday Show. But they knew that the price was going to dip back down. They knew in 2026 they were going to see grand opportunities. They were going to see awesome opportunities to buy this wonderful instrument, Bitcoin, at a discount. Boy, when they saw Bitcoin hit to the $60,000 ranges, do you know who was buying up all of the Bitcoin? These large institutions who was ready and waiting for that opportunity. Michael Saylor, Kathy Woods, ARK Investments, Fidelity. I mean, these guys were buying up all of the crypto Bitcoins. Retail investors were scared. We were running. We're still scared of Bitcoin. We'd rather buy an altcoin than buy Bitcoin, still to this day, knowing how powerful Bitcoin is. So it's definitely interesting to see how these things will play out. Bitcoin is king. The scarcity of Bitcoin is a real thing. They don't want to alert us, even though we already knew. We've been talking about the scarcity of Bitcoin for years. These large institutions, these millionaires and billionaires are new to what we've been in for years. And what are they doing? Trying to play a little bit of trickery. Don't really want us to know exactly what it is that we've been doing, that the scarcity of Bitcoin is a real thing. And the fact that this is a scarce asset, we need to be buying and holding Bitcoin. Anything I say is not financial advice. This video is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. So what I've been doing, holding my Bitcoin, dollar cost averaging in and buying more Bitcoin where I see the bottoms could potentially be, expecting a pump in the next 2 years. If we were buying Bitcoin $60,000, $70,000, what about when Bitcoin hit $250,000? Doubling, tripling your money is a huge thing. And not only that, how far out are you willing to zoom? How long are you willing to hold? We know Bitcoin is going to continue to grow. Same as we've seen gold, same as we've seen silver, same as we've seen the stock market continue to make higher highs. Yeah, we're going to see some dips. There are going to be some scary points, but when you zoom out, and at the end of the day, it is undefeated. Once I learned the difference of keeping my money in the bank and the difference in investing my money, life changed. Life changed. So everybody's on their own journey. Everybody learned things at different points and have different strategies along the way. So, but nevertheless, this is a wonderful opportunity that we have a chance to partake in. Let's see who else we got rocking with us on this wonderful weekend. RRK say XRP is dead. Uh-oh. We've heard that before. We've heard that time and time and time and time again. XRP is dead. Please be careful talking bad on XRP. We have seen people eat their words about saying XRP is dead. He says XRP is dead and in the water. I would not be holding any XRP at the moment. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. I would rather you out your money in other projects for now. Do your own research. That's coming from my man RRK. But that's why this platform is so important. That's why this platform is so refreshing. It is good to hear the opinions and thoughts of the rest of the community. So that's RRK perspective. Travis Kelly say, I tell you what, you said the market is moving different now than 2021. And you're right. The altcoins now are giving me monthly long signs, but not altcoins like in 2021. Yeah, the fact that we didn't see a altcoin season in 2025 is confirmation. And the fact that there's a potential that we could see altcoin season in 2026 is crazy. What will altcoin season look like? Well, it's not going to look like the altcoin season from the past. There's just too many altcoins out there for all of these coins to explode at the same time. How previous altcoin seasons consisted of, how previous altcoin seasons performed. There's just too many coins out there. But let me tell you this, when quote unquote altcoin season do come, there will be a huge handful of coins that will have a altcoin season. That's why it's important right now. You want to make sure that you get into use some good and solid altcoins, because when altcoin season do come, all of these SHIT coins, they will not be able to be involved. They will not be caught up in the quote unquote altcoin season pump. You're going to be sitting on the sidelines. You're going to have these SHIT coins and you're going to be pissed off. You're going to say, damn, how come the market is pumping, but my coins are not doing anything? So preparation right now is very important. Finding some good coins right now is very important. Minimizing your risk as best as you can. There's a lot of coins out there that will reel you in, run the price up, and rug pull you real quick. That is a thing. So you want to make sure that you get into some fairly stable coins. Some coins that you've seen the history. You've seen some characteristics of these coins, like the young man said, Jasmine coin. Jasmine coin is pumping. Well, that is nothing that should surprise us. Why? Because we've seen Jasmine coin pump before. We've seen the characteristics of coin like Jasmine coin, Onyx coin, XCN, ZBet Network, even Turbo. So if we were to see these coins pump again, that should not surprise us. That should not surprise us. So taking a look at Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin is doing well. Bitcoin is holding its own. We did see Bitcoin dip to $79,000, and to even have that come out of my mouth saying, pause, Bitcoin dipped to $79,000, that right there is positive. That is huge. Bitcoin dipped to 79. That means it was above 79. It got to almost 72. What did it get to? Almost $73,000. It got to $82,500. So we're continuing to pull out of the rut that we have been in. We're continuing to pull out of the downward chamber that we have been in. Like I say, a lot of this thing is mental. A lot of this thing is emotional. Sometimes you get your emotions so caught up in this doggone market to where you will forget some of the fundamentals that we need to really continue to be mindful of. You get caught up in the emotional sentiment. You say, you know what? The market was looking bad in December. The market was looking bad in January, February. The market was looking bad for so many months. You continue to expect the market to continue to look bad, knowing that nothing goes up in a straight line and nothing goes down in a straight line. You knowing that things are going to reverse. Things will reverse. But you get caught up mentally and emotionally saying, you know what? I think it's going to continue to go down. I'm expecting it to go below $60,000. Expecting doom. Expecting gloom. Instead of understanding this cycle is different. Instead of looking at the Bitcoin comparison to the gold market, the precious metals market. How we've seen previous cycles when the precious metals and gold market did a parabolic pump. After that, Bitcoin and altcoin had its pump. So when gold was pumping, everybody was praising gold and transferring money into gold. Stop chasing these tops. Just like when Bitcoin was $115,000, $120,000, you do not want to chase the tops in any market. Dollar cost averaging in is important. Even over there in the stock market, a lot of those tech stocks, those things are ripping and running. I'll take a look at my portfolio, especially my tech stock portfolio, NVIDIA, AMD, Micron, all that stuff. I see a pump. I say, ain't nowhere in the world it could continue to pump. The next day it pump again. have a little bit of dip. The next day after that, it pumps again. I say, ooh, we could be in a baby bull market. It don't seem possible, but when you take a look at the chart, you take a look at what the market is showing you. Sometimes you have to make sure that you're not trying to overthink the process. Don't think that you always got to be the smartest in the room. Sometimes take the information that the market is giving you. Market know a little bit better than you do. Take the information that the market is giving you and receive it well and move forward accordingly. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us today on this wonderful weekend. It's beautiful outside. I'm about to get ready to go outside and enjoy it. I think the Lakers game come on later today. Y'all know I got to keep up with King James. Okay, the game come on at 5:30 today, so it's 4 o'clock. We ain't got too much longer. We ain't got too much longer, man. Got to make sure I support King James as they getting destroyed by OKC. What's that boy name? SGA is the truth. Yeah, we're going to take a look at Jasmine Coin. Jasmine is pumping. Taking a look at Bitcoin over the past month. Over the past month, Bitcoin alone is up 13%. Now, if Bitcoin's up 2%, that's huge for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up almost 13% over the past month. That is a trend that we really need to be paying attention to. That is a trend that we really need to take serious. We need to take that serious. Paying attention to these markets, paying attention to these trends, it's important. It is very important. But the way that Bitcoin has been running, very good, very impressive. We did see Bitcoin dip down to $79,000 a few days ago, and then it starts to pull back out. That is positive. When you see Bitcoin run up $79,000 April 26th, and then boom, we see a bottom $75,000 April 29th, what is it doing? Make a higher high, eating up the dips. Bitcoin dip. Okay, let me eat that up. Bitcoin dip again, boom, let me eat it up. Bitcoin dip again, run it up. Dip again, run it up. This is what we seen cycle after cycle. I don't know how long you've been in the market, but looking at this should not be something new. Just like when the market is spiraling down, we see it going in the opposite direction. We'll see the market dip down, come back up, then dip down further, come up a little bit, then dip down further. That's the downward trend. Hopefully we got all that out of our system. And now we are just getting ready to continue to make upward trends. Will Bitcoin trade sideways for a minute? That's possible. When Bitcoin trades sideways, that gives the opportunity for the altcoins to pump. Nobody got faith in altcoins right now. Well, a few months ago, nobody had faith in Bitcoin. And actually today, there's still a lot of people that do not have faith in Bitcoin. The young man said, you know what? I'm expecting Bitcoin to go to $52,000. Somebody else said they expected Bitcoin to get to the 40,000. You talking about losing 50% from where we're at right now? That's tough. See who else we got. He say by the end, let's see who else we got. He say XRP. Read some of these comments. Big time player, what's going on with you, man? Big time player say Michael Saylor knows what's coming. He ain't no fool. Man, to play with billions of dollars, you have to know what's coming. To play with billions of dollars, these boys know what's coming. They know what's coming. It's those of us who living paycheck to paycheck. This is scary for us because we don't know. We probably know in the back of our mind that Bitcoin will eventually hit $1 million, but it is hard for us to believe it. We know something, but it's hard for us to believe it, if you get what I'm saying. But that's why you have retail investors, then you have large institutions, different ways of thinking. RRK say grow your money in low cap coins or something else than Bitcoin. It's good to hold value, but you want to see your money grow. Look to transfer money into altcoins, then take profits and reinvest into Bitcoin. Yeah, if you sell properly, altcoins are a great thing to invest in, but understand that altcoins are extremely more volatile than Bitcoin. Some altcoins will crash and never recover, whereas Bitcoin, we know the trajectory of Bitcoin, $1 million trajectory. So let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us today. Travis Kelly say Ondo, Alchemy Pay, ACH, ICP, AVAX, Turbo, Jasmine, and many more have active monthly loan signals, and it's only the 10th of the month. Well, it's still early. It's May 10th, May 9th. Sell in May and go away. How long will the month of May continue to be red? You take a look at the end of April. The end of April, Bitcoin was $77,000. Now we're $80,000. Great green start. You take a look at where we were in the beginning of April. Beginning of April, we were $68,000. The end of April, we were 77, something like that, $77,000. So things could be ready to flip. If you take a look at how we were green, and then we just started to crash down red, well, boom. If that is the bottom, that's $60,000. We will do the reverse, the opposite of what this did. $126,000 bleeding all the way to 60. Boom. We hit our bottom. We hit our breaking point. Now it's time to go the other direction. And that's where things can get very exciting. We've seen it cycle after cycle. Doggone Bitcoin hit the top. Wherever that bottom is, after that, it is going to do the opposite of what it did when it went down. Same way it went down, boom, 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 boom. Stop right there. It's going to go up. Boom, 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 boom. Cycle after cycle is what it has shown us. Fear and greed index is at 50. We're neutral. Bitcoin dominance has dipped a little bit. Bitcoin dominance is 60.1%. People are going to wait till the Bitcoin dominance get 58. They're going to wait till the Bitcoin dominance get 57. I don't get it. I don't get it. You take a look at Solana. Solana has been on a tear. Quiet. Nobody's talking about Solana. Over the past week, Solana's up 11%. We took a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin was up, 12, 13% in 1 month. Solana's up 11% in 1 week. Over the past month, Solana's up 12%. But when you take a look at where Solana had dipped to, what did Solana dip to? I think Solana had dipped to like $70. During that February crash, 75, $80, something like that. $238, $240 in 2025. This cycle, 2x, 3x, something like that, we're going to take it. Over the past week, look at how Solana is doing. We know Solana does represent altcoins. A lot of the small cap altcoins are placed and positioned on the Solana platform, is in the Solana ecosystem. And the same with Ethereum. So it's important to see what these coins are doing. If Solana starts to recover and do well, guess what its altcoins are going to do? Going to recover and do well. If Ethereum is doing well and recovering, guess what the coins that are on the Ethereum blockchain are going to do? It is going to do well. So we need Solana to do well. We need Ethereum to do well. And most importantly, we need Bitcoin to continue to be solidified. And I think that's going to happen because the large retail investors are going to make sure that Bitcoin is protected. Going to make sure that Bitcoin is stabilized, and that is exactly the encouragement that we need. Bitcoin is the foundation. Ethereum and Solana will branch and hold the altcoins, and then that's when our altcoins bags start to beef up. And that is what we have seen before. That is what we are expecting to see again. But like I keep reiterating, please make sure that you're not heavily invested in the SHIT coins. There's going to be so many coins that don't pump. A lot of the altcoins are going to explode. You're going to be holding these SHIT coins wondering, how come my coin's not pumping? I see Jasmine coin pumping. I see Chainlink pumping and Ondo pumping. How come my coins are not pumping? What kind of coins are you holding? What kind of coins are you holding will be my next question. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us. JoJo, what's going on with you, brother? He say XRP will have the same bull run from 2017. I think XRP is going to shock a lot of people. Craig Beach, what's going on with you, my boy? Shouts out to Craig Beach. He say, brother Holiday, what's good with you, man? Another day in paradise, man. And it's always good in paradise when the cryptocurrency market is green. It's always good in paradise when the stock market is green at all-time highs. Tech stocks. I can't talk enough about the stock market. Hopefully you guys are diversified and is making money and investing in the stock market. A lot of profits to be made. He say altcoin season next moon run will blow many minds and they're going to wish they jumped in now till the end of the year. You're right. A lot of people are going to miss the boat, unfortunately. And as a matter of fact, there's a lot of people wishing for the downfall of cryptocurrency. They're wishing for this pump that we're seeing. They want it to crash. They want it to end. Why? Because they didn't dollar cost average in. They didn't apply the fundamentals that should have been applied as far as dollar cost averaging in. And especially seeing those dips, you have to dollar cost average in. Especially knowing that we hit the top in 2025, $126,000 Bitcoin. So it's definitely going to be an interesting 2026. We're almost halfway through this year. Can you believe that? Can you believe we're almost halfway through the year of 2026? Time flies past. That's why I say if we need to hold for 2 or 3 years, there's no big deal. Look how fast time flies by. Look how fast things fly by. So it is no big deal if we have to wait to the next Bitcoin halving of 2028. It's no big deal if we got to wait to 2029. But we're going to be ready. We're going to be paying attention to all the moves. Even if we do have another flash crash or something like that, we're going to be ready. Why? Because we've seen it before. We've seen it before, and we know how to react and respond if we were to see it again. There was something that I saw. But I think XRP is going to surprise a lot of people. There's a lot of altcoins out there that is going to surprise a lot of people. Nobody knows which one, but we know for sure that there's a lot of coins out there that we need to stay away from. There's a lot of coins out there that we need to protect ourselves from. Ethereum, $2,326. Any particular time, we could see old man Ether up 10% in one day, 15% in one day. XRP, $1.42. They say XRP is probably the best stable coin in the world. They continue to joke, call XRP a stable coin. We all remember that joke in 2024, saying XRP was a stable coin at 50 cents. Then XRP said, boom, how about $3? People were ticked off. So the market moves very fast. The market moves very fast. Waiting on a dip, waiting on a crash is what some people are doing. But if this thing continues to take off, this could be, and the part that was really shocking me, I'm like, man, we were in the middle of a war and Bitcoin didn't crash, didn't tank. I thought if there was any or ever a time for Bitcoin to tank, it would have been justified during the war. If Bitcoin would have got to $40,000, it would have been no big deal. I would have said, you know what? That's normal. That's right. That's to be expected. But the fact that we held our ground says a lot. When the market gets to talking to you, get to speaking to you, I gotta listen. You got to listen to the market. The market knows best. People still talking about the Clarity Act and how the Clarity Act is going to be affecting the cryptocurrency market. What type of effects will be placed on the cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin, altcoins, once the Clarity Act is approved? If the Clarity Act will ever be approved, how long have we been waiting on the Clarity Act? How long have we been wanting the Clarity Act to come through and save us? We want the Clarity Act to come through and save us. We thinking if the Clarity Act come through, that's going to stabilize these altcoins. Is that why these altcoins have been having so much uncertainty surrounding them? Are we in need for the Clarity Act right now? Call it. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us today. He said, I'm playing a long game on Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's smart. Always have been. We know Ethereum hasn't moved or proved itself too much because Ethereum didn't have a great pump from cycle to cycle. But as soon as we think things are toast, think things are over, things can really start to explode. JoJo said only 20 altcoins, majority of ISO 222 coins. He say XLP, XLM, HBAR, ZBET Network, Flare, Undo, Algorand. Yeah, we're going to take a look at old Jasmine coin. We're going to take a look at old Jasmine coin. I don't know how the heck do I? He say Dogecoin is in the top 10. I trust in Doge is top 10 for a reason. Not financial advice, but look in alts, Doge is one of the best. Yeah, there's a reason that Dogecoin continues to be in the top 10. I wouldn't overlook that. The same way I'm not overlooking XRP, not going to overlook Dogecoin. You see what Shiba Inu did. So the fact that Shiba Inu lost its footing, we see Bonk lost its footing, Pepe Coin lost its footing, Dogecoin continued to stand tall through it all. Definitely something to pay attention to. Dang, I should have read that damn article. Then they talk about the scarcity of Bitcoin, but they talk about how a lot of these cryptocurrency exchanges, they are not having access to a lot of Bitcoins. The scarcity is real. A lot of the levels that COINBASE is holding is low because people are buying it up. Binance levels of Bitcoin is low. People are buying it up. So that's a real thing. Once Bitcoin really get to, if you say 200,000, $250,000, people are going to need and rush to make sure they have Bitcoin. Doggone it. Let's see. Where is that? See who else we got rocking with us today. He said, I think it would be only the altcoins these bigger finance companies are invested in, like Ando. It will be selective coins and the market could be red, but that one coin be green. This is the future. Well, I think it's going to be more than one coin when the market really starts to go in the upward direction. When Bitcoin starts to flatten out and go sideways, and when the Bitcoin dominance starts to drop, we talking about 58, 57% dominance. It's going to be a nice amount of altcoins that's going to pump. Not just one, two, or three, or 10 altcoins going to pump. There are a lot of great altcoins out there that are backed and supported by some great projects and got a lot of money behind them, and they're going to do well, I believe. JoJo says Shiba Inu will make a move like Doge do. Definitely possible. I wouldn't put nothing past any of those old school meme coins like Doge and Shiba Inu, Pepe Coin, Bonk. Them things can start to explode at the drop of a hat. He said we're going to pull out and have a mini altcoin season for the Clarity Act to pass within the next 2 weeks. Then the real bottom comes in, mark my word. Definitely possible. If we do see a baby altcoin season, what will people be doing when people start to take profits? Will people start to take profits? Or will they continue to be greedy? Or will lessons be learned? So one of the hardest things in the world to do is take profits. It's easy to buy, but to sell and take profits, we get greedy. We think that the market is going to forever and continue to go up forever. But I think a lot of us have learned our lesson that corrections are going to come. Damn. Strange. See what else we got rocking with us. Chris, for real, what's going on with you, man? Welcome to the Stock Holiday Show. If this is your first time rocking with us, Chris, for real, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tap in with a friend. Travis Kelly say, I don't know, look for the reversal at the new 2-week candle. RRK say, people don't have the patience to wait for gains. Do the hard work now, invest, and forget to reap the benefits later. For the sacrifices of today, you will prosper tomorrow. Definitely, patience is important. And with patience, like I say, don't think that you have to make success overnight. Don't think that you got to hit the lottery. Don't think that things are going to go parabolic overnight. If you don't have no patience, this is not for you. I don't know who told you that you can get in cryptocurrency and think your life will be changed overnight. If that's what you're expecting, you might as well tap out right now. I promise. You might as well get up out the game right now. Not now, but right now, if that is what you're thinking. Take a look at some of the pumps that we've seen over the past 24 hours. Venice token, VVV. Sarene, Humanity. Where did these 3 coins come from? Sarene is up 100% over the past week. Where these coins come from? Where did these coins come from? Market cap $943 million for Sarene. You can't buy it on COINBASE. It's on Binance Alpha. Maximum supply not identified. I don't know where these coins be coming from. How they be pumping like that? 2026, February 2026. It's about 10 cents. Now we're $1.29. And this first pump happened March 23rd to $2.35. Then it came down to 20 cents. Pump and dump. Pump and dump. Pay attention to the characteristics. Pump and dump. Even though these coins be in the top 100, even though the market caps be huge, still pump and dumps. We've seen it most recently with, what was that coin that dumped a few weeks ago? What was that coin that dumped a few? He said, oh, it's on Trust Wallet. Yeah, I can't think of that coin that dumped a few weeks ago. Yeah, but just because a coin is in the top 100 don't mean that it cannot pump and dump. Venice token. Where did this coin come from? Currently the number 71 in the top 100. $751 million market cap, no max supply. Total supply, 79 million. Over 50% of the coins are in circulation. What is going on with vintage token? It's on COINBASE. It's on crypto.com. VVV. Okay. See what this coin have. So this coin came out 2025. Okay. $750 million market cap. Okay. Now this is interesting. February 2026, this coin was $1.80. Now it's $16.32. Always interesting to see these coins scale up and where they came from. Everybody say they're watching closely for the perfect entry. April 30th, it was $8. 9 days later, it's $16.32. Doubled your money in 9 days. VVV woke up very fast. But unlike the other coin we looked at, Siren, this one don't look like it got pump and dump issues. Since 2025, it was just doing its thing. Not a lot of explosive moves. Okay, say VVV got listed on Astor's Future, January 2026. Then on March 31st, says VVV got listed on BitThumb Spot, but I don't know when it got listed on COINBASE. Let's see. Listed on Bybit, January 2025. Huh. Very interesting to see these coins and the journey of some of these coins. Humanity, $554 million market cap. But like I say, every cycle there's always a new mix-up of coins. Always some new coins that are on the scene. Take a look at the crypto bubbles. Crypto bubbles are looking good over the past week. Is this a trend that we are expecting, that we're seeing set up? Rave. Rave was that coin that was in the top 100 and it didn't crash down. So just because a coin got $1 billion market cap don't mean it cannot rug you. Jasmine coin. Jasmine coin is an old faithful. Jasmine coin is a classic. Pendle is one of my favorite coins in the world. Pendle is one of my favorite coins in the world. They say never get married to a play. Pendle is my coin. Look at Gala. Gala coin. This right here, wow. If Gala coin could pump, anything could pump. Gala coin, shh. Let's see. It used to be able to see. They done changed this a little bit. One month. One year. I don't like how these charts are being displayed. But these crypto bubbles are saying a lot. Let's take a look at Gala coin. Let's take a look at Gala coin. Gallocoin went through a little bit of migration some years ago and really turned a lot of people off. But as you can see, Gallocoin is sitting at 0.004, half of a penny, $195 million market cap. You take a look at the price that it did hit in 2021, 64 cents. Is that a real and actual price that we can validate? You take a look at the market cap validation. Market cap validation shows $4.5 billion for a Gallocoin. Just 2021, right? 2024, Bitcoin halving came. Gallocoin got to $1.76 billion. Year after the Bitcoin halving in 2025. Oh, that's still 2024. November 2024, during the elections, Gallocoin got back to $2.2 billion market cap. 2025, it didn't do anything. It declined because we know in 2025, there was no altcoin season. Altcoins didn't pump in 2025. Always keeping that in the back of my mind. Altcoins didn't have its turn in 2025. If there would have been a 2025 pump, Gallocoin probably would have broke its all-time high. It did hit $2.2 billion in 2024, so it probably would have got to 4 or 5 billion in 2025 if the altcoin cycle was a thing. If things would have played out the way we thought and expected 2025 to play out, but it did not. So, looking at these bottoms where we're at right now, $200 million market cap, 194. We were just at $150 million market cap in March. Go back to the bottoms over here. $207 million market cap, May 2023. $117 million market cap in December 2022. And we all know what 2022 quarter 4 was all about. We know that was the bottom. We know that was the bottom of that cycle. Quarter 4, 2022. $117 million market cap for Gallocoin. Where are we at right now? $194 million market cap. But there was a tokenomic issue with Gallocoin. Now the Gallocoin is just about fully circulated, fully diluted. 50 billion coins maximum supply. We got 47 billion coins in circulation. So that's just about 100% diluted. Now we can trust the charts of Gallocoin a little bit better. Will Gallocoin get back to 65 cents? I highly doubt that it will. Can Gallocoin do a 5x from where it's at right now and get to 2 cents? All Gallocoin has to do is get to 2 pennies. Get to 2 cents, and that's a 5x. Let's not get too greedy. Let's not over complicate things. 3x, 5x, we got to be good with that. 3x, 5x, you take profits, you do the right thing. Market come back down, you might want to get back in, but we have to be good with the small gains. Yeah, things are going to go parabolic. Leave some skin in the game just in case things continue to shoot through the roof, but we have to make sure that we protect our home base. Protecting profits. We don't want to be sitting around and say, yeah, I survived another cycle, but I lost it all. I didn't take profits. Nope. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us on this wonderful weekend. Joe Morris, what's going on with you? Say the markets are coming alive. Brother Joe Morris said the markets are coming alive. You take a look at these crypto bubbles, and that will reflect the truth that the markets are coming alive. And this is what we want to see. This is why we in cryptocurrency, so we can see this. We want to see this. We want to see these bubbles moving around. Green, Lab up 142%. Even Fart Coin up 22%. Jasmine Coin 33%. That right there is going to make a lot of people happy. Jasmine Coin pumping. He say, hate to bring politics into this, but it does affect prices. And a black swan event can drop markets in half. Right now, the war factor is a wild card that can come into play at any time. Well, I think we really may have got past the war part. We saw some really scary things happen with the war in Iran, and the market really didn't get squeezed. Even the stock market didn't really get squeezed like it could have. Haven't seen any bullish Fed meetings. I think the next Fed meeting that we'll see, which will be probably conducted by Kevin Walsh, when that happens, I think interest rates are going to get reduced, and I think that's going to be a huge positive catalyst when interest rates get cut. I think that's going to make the stock market go parabolic. Cryptocurrency going to go parabolic. Getting in early is so important. Having patience is so important. Angelo, what's going on with you? Angelo say, where is this market going? Angelo say, where is this market going? Take a look at the traditional finance markets. Take a look at the Dow Jones, Angelo. As you place your question, where is the market going? The market is going where it has always went. The market is going where it has always gone, right? Up. The market is going up. When you get caught up in the moment, when you get caught up in the moment, sometimes that stuff will wear you out. You get caught up in the moment, sometimes it will wear you out. You start to panic. So you really want to make sure that you keep things in a proper perspective. He said, if you listen, oh my goodness. All right, let's go ahead and take care of him. He don't got to worry about listening to Stock Holiday no more. Oh, these guys. But like I say, where is the market going? The market is going where it has always went, and that is up. The market is going up. Dow Jones, over the past 3 years, what has it done? Always going up. After the dips, 2023, 32,000 points. Ran all the way up. 44,000. Boom. April 2025, we back to 38,000. We had that dip, ran it right back up. 2026 dip, March 2026, that was the scare from the Iran dip. We already went through that. So he talked about the Black Swan event and the what if, that's right here. That happened right there. What should we be expecting next? The run up. It dipped right here. What happened after that? The run up. It dipped right there. What happened after that? The run up. So history, charts, and trends will be your best friend if you allow it to lead you. If you allow it to lead you. See who else we got rocking and rolling with us. Who else we got rocking and rolling with us on this wonderful, wonderful weekend? He said they, Flea Market Mixtape. What's going on, man? He say Jasmine for the win. John's 316. HTTR all day. What's going on, my brother? He say the best mixtape I bought was from the Flea Market. Young Jeezy back in the days. Flea Market mixtapes. He said I've been out of Jasmine. Well, you've been out. Hopefully you exited at the top, at the bottom. Maybe an entry point for you. Motivation 101, Young Jeezy. Yep, Jasmine coin definitely went back down. All the altcoins went back down. When we took a look at the altcoins over the past year, these coins down 70, 80, 90%. And that is normal. That's what happens in a bear market. So not surprised. What's the best thing to do when these things are beat down when they're at the bottom? If it's a product that you know, love, and trust, get some skin in the game. Run that thing right back up. But this time, make sure you find out what the top is and get you some skin out. You get you some skin out. You exit accordingly. Craig Beast, where you been, man? D-Gen, what's going on, fella? He say, man, I'm going to put y'all up on some game. The next crypto cabal coin is GUA. Remember Pippin, Cyrene, and Rave. I'm holding on spot. Not financial advice. Do your own research. He said he's still holding BMEX. BMEX was a beast for me before. Man, if this thing hit again, forget it. It's all out of here. Yeah, a lot of coins ran up, came back down, and they crashed hard. Cent Maxi, what's going on with you, my brother? Shouts out to Cent Maxi. I Runs New York, man. I appreciate the super chat. Shouts out to I Runs New York. Appreciate the kindness. Appreciate you always supporting the Stock Holiday Show. I Runs New York say, take a look at Cerebro and Tau for the AI win. Yeah, Cerebro has been doing its thing. We've been kicking butt with Cerebro. Cerebro's number 440. Number 439. They still got a chance to make some noise. You take a look at it over the past week, like a lot of coins have been pumping over the past week. Coins like Cerebro. We're talking about number 439. We're not talking about number 100. It's 439 now. Before that, it was probably number 700. Right? It was a penny on April 15th. It was 1 cent. Now this coin did hit 5 cents. Did it hit 5? Almost at 5 cents. And you take a look at it, boom, it run up, cool off a little bit, run back up, cool off a little bit, run up, cool off, and it's running up right now. It'll probably cool off at about 5.5 cents, maybe 6 cents. It might cool off and come back down to maybe 4 cents. And then it might go back up to 7.5 cents. This is how we've been seeing it happen. This is how we have been seeing it happen. This coin is fully diluted, which is a great thing. So when you zoom out on this coin still haven't got listed on COINBASE. You could buy it on Moonshot. You could buy it on Uphold. 2024, this coin came out in the end of 2024. Had a great pump, ran up, ran all the way up to about 80 cents or 60, about 70 cents, right? In 2025, and then came back down. 2025 altcoins didn't do anything, but the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, coins were up. After the election, boom, here we go. Altcoins came tumbling down. Never had a chance to recover. April 2025, it did get back to 8 cents. That was the top for April 2020 for 2025, 8 cents for Cerebro. What did we see Cerebro do? Get to a penny. October 2025, during that flash crash, 10-10, Cerebro probably got to under a penny. 2026, February, under a penny, 0.008. Trading sideways for a couple of months until it started to pop in April. Now what are we doing? Now where are we at right now? Up 450% over the past month. This is why doing your research is very important. This is why portfolio analysis is very important. Coins like Cerebro. Can this coin get to the top 100? Easy. Easy. $47 million market cap. 3x, 4x. $400 million market cap, 10x, 9x. Is where these profits are found and made. Finding these coins while they're cheap. Finding the coins while the market cap is very low. This coin was just at about $10 million market cap a month ago. Now we're at $47 million market cap. Paying attention to what the market is doing. Taking advantage and looking at the various indicators is very important. Flea market mixtapes say, how is regulation going to affect these gaming tokens? Though AVAX and Solana takes that sector. We just got to see what is going to be in the regulations that get approved, whether it's the Clarity Act or some other type of crypto regulation and laws. Peter Morton said, I told y'all it was going to be a slow rise until 2030. 2030, it might be dipping again if we are following the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. He said too many catalysts and manipulation and big players for them to let Bitcoin and Ethereum fail, real bear market style. Well, we did do bear market stuff. Remember, Bitcoin was $126,000. It got to $60,000. So we did dip about 60%, but we didn't do the traditional 75%, which is no big deal, which is kind of normal. But large institutions are buying up Bitcoin right now as we speak. They're eating up the Bitcoin right now, buying up the Bitcoin right now as we speak. They're buying up the altcoins right now as we speak, because when there's always fear in the market, when people are fearing to buy altcoins because altcoins are down, when people were scared to buy Cerebro at 1 penny or under 1 penny in April, people were buying up that stuff. These large institutions were buying up the fear, always have. Even in the stock market, they buy up the fear, and we sell the fear. He said, I still think it could happen out of nowhere. You know how this Trump world be rolling? It's a roller coaster. Anything could happen, even a crash. You're absolutely right. This Trump cycle, anything could happen. Old Trump, on those Sundays, Trump loved to tweet some crazy and wild stuff on a Sunday, but I think even Trump is getting ready. I think he got all of his people geared up and ready to make a lot of money in 2026. His family, his crew, he already gave them the signal. In 2026, they gonna make money. If they gonna make money, I want to make money. But Cerebro, great play, outstanding moves. Let's take a look at what Bitcoin Tau is and has been doing. This is a big dog of a play right now. We talking about $3.35 billion market cap, number 30th. Largest coin in the world. This is a big dog play. Very popular coin. There's only 21 million coins. There's 10 circulating right now. 10 in supply, so it's about 50% diluted. But a little bit of scarcity issue could be braced around Bitcoin. Tau is one of the top AI, probably the top AI crypto coin. A lot of the AI agents need coins that's going to help them get various data verified. He said Tau is building an incentive layer for decentralized AI, and Render is powering the compute side of that equation. So that's why a lot of people love Render. They love Tau because of the AI foundation that it is going to have to uphold. Over the past month, Tau is up 2.5% over the past week. Tau is up 7% over the past year. Tau is down 28-29%, like a lot of the altcoins are down. But the monthly trend is looking good. Large cap coin, $3.34 billion market cap. Bitcoin dominance 60.2%. We want to see the Bitcoin dominance continue to slide. Let's go ahead and get the Bitcoin dominance to the 59% levels and range. And then we go from 59 to 58, then from 58 to 57. That is how magic happens. That's how magic is created. Over the past month, Dow Jones up 3%. Over the past year, Dow Jones is up 21%. I'm just very impressed with the way things have been moving in the financial worlds. Very impressed with what we have been seeing. See what else we got rocking with us on this wonderful weekend. If this is your first time rocking with your boy Stock Holiday, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's talk about it. Who else we got rocking and rolling with us? Craig Beach said, I've been hearing some things. Who talking ish? I couldn't find it. They already deleted them, man. Some cat came in here talking about, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I had to, I'm like, okay, you don't need to see this channel again. You come in here cutting up amongst mature adults, you will never see this channel again. We don't need the childish weirdos amongst our space. We're talking business. We're talking business. We'll throw you out quick. He said, I'm just thinking, are people going to think town too expensive to buy? Only like $400. Of course they are. Of course they're going to think that price is too expensive to buy, especially when they're seeing coins like XRP at $1.40, even Solana at $92, Dogecoin 10 cents. What is Dogecoin at now? Almost 11 cents. Remember, we were just talking about Dogecoin being 8 cents. Zcash up 54% over the past week. Whew. Oh, Zcash. Look at these opportunities to buy Zcash at $299. A couple of weeks ago, would have doubled your money. That's cryptocurrency. You just never know. People got scared of Zcash when it ran all the way up into 2025. It came down to $200 in March 2026. And what did it do? Had another great run in April to about $400. And then boom, came back down. To $300. April 19th, and now we're just about $600. Doubled your money in 2 weeks. But look at that dip, $200, March 2026. Patience. What about people who sold right here at $350? Never nothing wrong with selling, but if they had patience, they would be at $600. Understanding where we are in the trajectory. We've already bottomed out right here. These are the bottoms. $200 Zcash. Bitcoin, $60,000 Bitcoin. What should we continue to see? We should continue to see the market ascend. $2018 Zcash hit $703. We talk about get close to making new all-time highs. This number right here, I wouldn't trust this number, whatever it came out the gate at. Might have been some astronomical number. Yeah, it shows all-time high, $5,941. Nope, I'm not buying that in 2016. But November 2016, we were at $71. Over the past month, 61%. Over the past week, 54%. That is where the magic and how the magic is made. Let's see who else we got rocking and rolling with us on this wonderful weekend. About 20 minutes away from tip-off time. Just got another text message from LeBron. He said, Coach, you're going to have to kill that live, man. The game almost on. I say you right, King. He said, I'm just thinking, are people going to think, yeah, okay, we read that one. Park this truck. Craig B about to park and post up. DJing in the Moonlight say GUA owned almost 100% by 10 wallets. Yeah, whenever 100% owned by 10 wallets, that's like Rave. Yep, just like Rave. How if they decide to pump it, could go nuts. Oh, if it's low, you just better get out when it start to pump. ZBet Network, Jasmine Coin, very popular coins. Shouts out to Tony S. What's going on, Big Tony? Nah, Tao got more than 200. I don't think anybody said Tao only had 200 holders. Come on now. He said, I hope they think of Bitcoin when they buy Tao with the similar supply numbers. Definitely possible. I see on Coin Market, Tao has 400 holders. Nah, you know they got way more than 400 holders, brother. D Normandy saying, how can we get into a bull run if we just came out of half a bull run and no altcoin season either? Well, if you take a look at where we were towards the end of 2025, when you take a look at the overall cycle, that was the top. So if that was the top, October 2025, $126,000, then we know that after that, we're going to be going through a bear market. And look at what we saw. We saw month after month, red months. The month of November was red. December was red. And we could go on and on. January, February, March was red. I'm talking about 5 or 6 months was red. Understanding the dynamics of markets, especially the cryptocurrency market, which is very hard to wrap your mind around, but it does have a basic function. It will not continue to go down in a straight line. It won't go down forever. That's why I was telling folks, I'm like, man, do you think the market's going to go down the entire year of 2026? Just because we was down November, December, January, February, March, do you think it's going to go down forever? No. That's why you buy the dips. That's why you buy where the potential bottoms will be. So when the market starts to recover, that's where we can make the greatest maximizing our profits, is what we ultimately is here to do. And you take a look at these dips. Every time we've seen a dip, we've seen the markets come back and recover and make higher highs, which is what we have been seeing over the past month. Not just with Bitcoin, but with the other altcoins too. We took a look at Zcash. We saw what Zcash did. We took a look at Solana. We saw what Solana did. Yeah, well, the 4-year Bitcoin cycle is every 4 years. But the way, remember in 2024, we saw a baby altcoin season beginning of 2024. That was a little odd and or out of the ordinary. So it's possible for us to see some odd and unusual things occur, especially looking at the geopolitical things. We talk about how Jerome Powell is getting ready to transfer over the leadership as Fed chairman to one of Donald Trump's buddies that he has placed to be the new Fed chairman. Interest rates are going to be favorable for the market. We're at all-time highs right now, coming out of the most recent dip. Look at that most recent dip. That was March 30th. This is May 9th. We still got a long ways to go. Look at that dip. November 2025. Ran all the way through February. 2-3 month run. March. We might get April, May, June. Might go all the way to June. Who knows? Might. It is hard to say. But these are some of the things that we're seeing. These are some of the trends that we're seeing. So it's always interesting to see how these things play themselves out. Take a look at old Jasmine coin before we get up out of here. Take a look at old Jasmine. Jasmine coin almost back in the top 100 over the past month. Go on, Jasmine. Over the past month. Make sure if this is your first time rocking with your boy Stock Holiday, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can stay tapped in when we do the lives, because it's always very informative to listen to all the various opinions, to listen to what people are talking about. It's always some plays and information being given that you might not find anywhere else. But Jasmine coin over the past month is almost up 50%. 50% gains are huge. I'm talking about monumental. So that is what Jasmine coin just presented and delivered. Market cap of Jasmine coin, $376 million. I remember when Jasmine coin was over $1 billion market cap. Maximum supply, 50 billion. 100% diluted. Remember they was talking about they were going to be locking up a percentage of the tokens. That never happened. There was a lot of things that Jasmine coin had promised that never came to fruition. So a lot of people got turned off from Jasmine coin. They continued to proclaim that they were the Bitcoin of Japan and all this other stuff that people were buying into. Prices never played out. We made a lot of money in Jasmine coin the last cycle when Jasmine coin first hit COINBASE. Jasmine coin was probably one of my most profitable coins that I've ever held. Next to AIOZ Network, next to Pendle. Made a lot of money in Turbo coin, but Jasmine coin, oof. I'll never forget that. Those were the days, right? But what direction could Jasmine coin continue to go in over the past year? You take a look at it when you zoom out and you get a reflection of what really is and has been going on with Jasmine coin. What is and has been going on with not just Jasmine coin, but the entire cryptocurrency market space, especially altcoins. Coins have been down 70, 80, 90%, some coins. Now you take a look at it over the past year, it's down only 59, 60%. Why? Because we just had a pump. The market just pumped 50% in 1 month. But prior to that pump, Jasmine coin was down 75, 80%. Will Jasmine coin get back to the levels of 2025? Will Jasmine coin get back to 2 cents? Will Jasmine coin get back to 2 cents? If it get back to 2 cents, you're talking about a 3x. Nothing wrong with a 3x. We have to learn to accept the 3x, the 5x, the 8x's. Continue to zoom out. Wow. And this right here has always been a detractor for Jasmine coin. These 2021 numbers are not accurate due to the tokenomic issues that was surrounding Jasmine coin. The market caps were not verified back then. This is when we were buying Jasmine coin. The market caps were not verified. These were not even the actual prices for Jasmine coin. These weren't. Where are we buying it at? Cent Maxi, what's going on, man? Yeah, but Jasmine coin, where can it get back to? Look at this. Jasmine coin was 21 cents in November 2021. Can Jasmine coin get back to 21 cents? You talking about a 25x from where it's at right now? Maybe a 25x? If Jasmine coin did a 10x right now, you're talking about 3.7 billion. If Jasmine coin do a 20x, you're talking about $30 billion market cap, $37 billion market cap. Can Jasmine coin do something amazing like that? It's possible. It is possible. I mean, the way these altcoins move, the way these altcoins continue to shock the market and the masses cycle after cycle and time after time again, it'll be a shoulda, woulda, coulda type situation. It'll be like, damn, I was in Jasmine coin, but I sold my Jasmine coin at a penny. I sold my Jasmine coin at 0.007. And Jasmine coin could be at 7 cents. Jasmine coin could be at 15 cents. You'd be pissed to the highest level of pistivity. And it happens every cycle. There's always altcoins out there that pisses us off because we sold too early. Thought we were doing the right thing, taking profits, thought we were doing the right thing, exiting at the wrong time. Can be costly. Look at the charts, look at the market. Look at these levels, sideways action. A lot of sideways action. The entire year of 2026, up until we hit April. And even April, Jasmine was still flat. Even took a little bit of a dip in May. Got down to 0.005. And then Jasmine said, you know what? Let me show y'all something. Let me make sure y'all don't forget about me. Up 50%. And now what are people talking about? Jasmine coin. Zoom out. What can Jasmine coin get back to? We know the visibility is great on Jasmine coin, right? Got eyes on it on COINBASE, Bybit, everywhere. Wherever you can buy cryptocurrency coins at, you can probably buy Jasmine coin. So the visibility is great. The dip is great. Tokenomics looks solid. It's fully diluted now. It's not going to be a lot of wishy-washy things going on with it. Is it time to start back looking at Jasmine coin? Is the question. Is it time to start back looking at Jasmine coin? Pendle. Ooh, y'all know how I feel about Pendle. Y'all know how I feel about Pendle. Over the last month, whew, Lord have mercy. I talk about Pendle every week. And probably will continue to talk about Pendle for the next 2 years. Over the past month, Pendle's up 91%. It was just that $1 May 14th, April 14th. That's $2. Double your money, right? Buying the lows. If it's a coin that you know, love, and trust, you got to buy it when it's down low. You got to get some skin in the game, at least a little bit. Over the past year, this coin's down 50%, but it was down 60% like the rest of the altcoins. Only recently, over the past month, where it pulled a 100 ball, where it doubled up, went from $1 to $2, right? So that lowered the yearly red mark. Now it's only down 48-50% over the past year. $6 Pendle, August 2025. We're at $2 right now. We get back to $6. That's a 3x. If you were buying it at $1, it get back to $6. That's a 6x. But we been in Pendle for such a long time. Our profits are so huge in Pendle that it don't make sense. Been buying Pendle since it's about a nickel. Amazing. Lucky and amazing that we were able to get Pendle so low. Still got a lot of faith and hope in Pendle. Still waiting for another breakout in Pendle. I'm hearing a lot of people start to talk about Pendle now. Nobody was talking about it years ago. Now they're putting it in the same breath and conversation with Ondo and some of the other finance coins that may have a DeFi adoption in correlation to some of the large institutions. Alex Moreno, what's going on, brother? He say, what's going on with Jasmine? It's pumping. Jasmine is just doing what altcoins do. Look at Pendle. Pendle's up 90% over the past month. Altcoins are up over the past month. The dominance is in the process of switching. Take a look at the past month. That's how the dominance changed. Bitcoin might be up 12% over the past month. Altcoins up 60, 70, 80, 90% over the past month. This is what we all know. This is the knowledge that we all have. This is the information that we have all gained from being in cryptocurrency for 3 months, 1 year, 2 years. This is it, the experience that you gain. And from that experience, you take that experience and you dominate the market. Right? So we know once Bitcoin's up 12%, we know our altcoin's going to be up 50, 60, 70, 80%. And the same way goes when we are in a downward move. When Bitcoin is down 12%, you know our altcoins are toast. I mean, altcoins down 40, 50, 60%. So now we understand that, you know what, we probably got that bottom out the way. $60,000 may have been the bottom for Bitcoin. Pendle, $1 may have been the bottom for Pendle. What's next for us to be expecting? For these coins to go up. Imagine being in Bitcoin and Bitcoin went up 90% in 1 month. Bitcoin went from $70K to $140,000 in 1 month. Mind blowing, right? Well, that is what altcoins can give you. That is what you have access to when we invest into altcoins, which is why everybody loves altcoins. Altcoins will give it and it'll take it. Bitcoin is a lot more balanced and structured. Altcoins, it's a lot more that goes into altcoins. Some altcoins are scam coins, pump and dumps, SHIT coins. You have to know which altcoins that you need to have in your bag and which ones you need to maybe have for 2 days, for 3 days. Get in there 2 or 3 days, you make you 40, 50% and get up out of there. Coins like Pendle, these coins are going to be around. Was the dollar the bottom for Pendle? Take a look at what Pendle has been doing. Hit $7 in 2024. Came back down. 2024, $2.50. Went right back up. $6.50. November 2024. Came back down 2025 to $2. Right back up into 2025, $6. Bitcoin crash came. bear market officially came, Pendle is down to $1. Right back to the levels that it was 2023. We were buying that thing 2022. 4 and 5 cent. Got lucky. But that's what we're doing right now. In 2026, there are some coins out there that are similar to what Pendle was in Q4 2022. There's some coins out there that are sitting at 5 cent right now in 2026 at these bottom levels. Talk about at 5 cent, at 6 cent right now. And in 2027, 2028, these coins are going to be $6, $7. Happens every time. But it is hard to comprehend that when you're in real time. It is hard to comprehend that when you are in the moment. You say, nah, I ain't nowhere in the world. That's why being diverse is so important. Diversifying your portfolio is so important. If I would only had a handful of coins back then, I may not have had no space for a coin like Pendle. I may not have had no space for a coin like AIOZ Network. But the fact that I understood how important being well diversified was, I was able to get me a couple of 100x coins. Bitcoin $80,654. The Bitcoin dominance is at 60.2%. We may wake up tomorrow with these altcoins pumping the way they're pumping. Bitcoin dominance may be 59.8%. Gradual steps. Baby steps. We're not expecting to get the whole thing all in one gulp. Pause. We're not expecting to get the whole thing all at one time. Ethereum dominance 10.5%. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty. That is a thing of beauty. This is what we live for in cryptocurrency. Story IP up 16%. Gala. Dog with hat. Celestia. Dude, this put a smile on your face. Even if the Lakers lose tonight, I'm still going to have a smile on my face. Why? Jasmine coin up 34%. Dog with hat up 18%. Pendle up 30%. So as we continue to go on this journey of cryptocurrency, as we continue to try to figure this thing out and ask the questions that need to be asked, try to answer them to the best of our ability with the knowledge, that information that's out there, with the research that we're able to do, I think we have a great chance to get it right. Like I always say, all you got to do is get it right one time in cryptocurrency. You get it right one time in cryptocurrency, that's it. That is it. Clarity Act. What's going on with the Clarity Act? The Shy One. What's going on with you, my guy? Let's go, Los Angeles Lakers. Will the Lakers be able to get one win, or will they get swept? Will the Lakers get swept by SGA, by the world champs? Because they are the champs. And them boys look good. Them damn OKC, them boys look good. 2017 altcoins exploded. 2021 altcoins surged. 2026 same pattern. (2017) first altcoin season. Altcoin season 1.0. 2021 altcoin season 2.0. Is this altcoin season 3.0? Is this altcoin season 3.0? Look like the same pattern may be forming. These are some of the trends that we take a look at. Look like some of the same patterns may be forming. Morgan Stanley, ETFs, buying up Bitcoin, buying these low points to where a lot of us are nervous, thinking that it's going to tank, go back below $60,000, and it's possible. It is possible, but what if? And you're seeing probably one of the strongest Bitcoin accumulations ever. The way people are buying up Bitcoin right now, I don't think we've ever seen this. And that's going to play into the scarcity effect. The fact that there's only 21 million Bitcoins, the scarcity of Bitcoin, that's a factor. That is a factor. We talked about how a lot of the exchanges are very low on the amount of Bitcoin that they got. These guys don't have a lot of Bitcoin on these exchanges. JP Morgan, Michael Saylor, and a lot of the other countries and institutions are buying up Bitcoin. It's corporate Bitcoin accumulation hit a new record in Q1 2026. 50,351 Bitcoins were purchased. So things are starting to heat up. People are starting to wonder why. Why are altcoins moving up? Why is crypto, Bitcoin pumping? The Bitcoin miners, they done press pause on a lot of the coins that they were issuing. They're holding a lot of their coins now. They said, nah, we're not getting ready to offload these coins. These coins are going to be worth something. If you want more Bitcoin, mine your own. A lot of the Bitcoin mining plays are doing very good. That one Bitcoin mining play that Donald Trump had partnered with. Let me take what's the name of that? I mean, these Bitcoin mining players are kicking butt. Definitely possible we could see a dip. But once again, when that dip comes, some folks going to be buying, some folks going to be selling. Always happen. When that fear gets back to 30, fear and greed index get back to 35 or something like that, people are going to have to make a decision. For the month of April, Bitcoin was up about 12%. Which is a solid move, but the real question is, will the momentum carry into the month of May? So we had a strong monthly close, which is bullish sentiment building, which is what the month of April did. Started the building of building a bullish sentiment. Momentum often spills into the following month, but not guaranteed. So we see a little bit of the momentum from April spilling over into May. Macro conditions plus liquidity conditions is going to be a factor also. The market could either expand or cool off after a strong run. So I think this run could go a little bit longer. And then after that, that's when a decision will be made. It could either expand or cool off. So the April strength sets the tone, but May decides the direction. What did April do? April set the tone, but May, the month of May, is going to decide the direction that the market is going to go in. So a lot of people are saying, oh, we're going to go to 100,000. Some people are saying we're going to go to 50,000. The month of May is going to decide what direction we are going to go in. The month of May is very important. The month of May is very important. So we're at that point in the cycle where breakouts accelerate very fast. It could be a Bitcoin breakout. It could be an altcoin breakout like we've seen Zcash. We're seeing Jasmine Coin. We saw Pendle go from $1 to $2. I'm talking about accelerated breakouts is what we are experiencing right now. But pullbacks get bought just as quickly. When you see these coins pull back, people are going to buy them and it's going to run right back up. So you got to watch closely. Does Bitcoin hold strength above any of the key levels? Do altcoins start rotating? Do Bitcoin start rotating? Is liquidity expanding or stalling? The next FOMC meeting, what will that look like? Will that help the expansion? Will that help the market expand? Will that be a liquidity expanding move? So we do have a lot of great things in store that could really spike the market to the upside. If we get great news from the FOMC meeting, we get the Clarity Act and some other things, things can really start to heat up. Craig Beach said the next leg down is going to be in a week or two. Yeah, the 200 week moving average, definitely got to pay attention to it. So you take a look where we at now. March was barely green, up 1.8%. January, negative 10%. February, negative 15%. Prior to that, we had negative 4 in October, negative 18 in November, negative 3 in December. This was quarter 4 of 2025. We thought quarter 4 in 2025 was going to be explosive. And what happened? We lost 17, 18% here. We lost 4% here. That's 22%. Then we lost about 27, 30%. What we lose? About 25% in quarter 4 alone. Then the month of January, we lost another 10%. So that's 35%. Then in February, we lost another 15%. So that's 50%. So we lost about 55%, which is why we said, okay, $126,000 top to $60,000 bottom. That's probably it. 5 straight months of red. When the last time we've seen that? 2018, here's 5 months right here. Actually, 6 months. Let's see. 2018, we saw 5 straight months of red. Wow, that's nasty. Woo. Down 9%, down 5%, down 4%, down 37% in 1 month. Now that was scared the shit out of a lot of us. If Bitcoin went down 37% in one month, I think a lot of us would be in the clinic. A lot of us would be no good for nothing. Golly, that's nasty work, boy. But in November, we was down 18%, but 18% versus 37%, that's a big difference. So don't think that we're doing something that's out of the ordinary because the markets are down right now or we went through a downward period. It happened before. That's normal. This is cryptocurrency. Don't act like it's brand new. Stop acting brand new. In 2022, the month of June, we were down 37%. Stop acting brand new. Stop acting like we have not seen these type of dips before. Down 15% in February 2026. That's normal. Cool. Juanito. He said, I want to dip like that. More buying opportunity. Well, that's what we just went through. October, we had a 4% dip. November, then we gave you another 18% dip. In December, we said, you know what? We're going to give you another 3% dip. You ready to buy? You said no, Juanito. They said, Juanito, guess what? In January, how about we add another 10% dip? You ready to buy? Juanito, what about in February? I'm going to give you another 15% in February, Juanito. Are you ready to buy? Done did the research and understand what we got. Absolutely. Research is very important. Doing due diligence is very important. Understanding what these charts are saying, are communicating to us, understanding what the 4-year cycle is, means a lot. Outstanding job. Juanito said he bought those dips. Took advantage of the red months like you're supposed to do. Imagine if you were in, where was that at? 2018? Imagine if you were in 2018 and August down 10%, September down 6%, another 4% in October, and 37% down in November, and another 5% down in December. Man, you talking about buying up all the dips? And then it turned around in 2019, January, another 9%. Now that would have been tough. That would have been tough to take. What's the total? 10%, 16, 20%. Damn, 20 plus 36, 56, 60. You talking about down 70%? Over a 5-month period, Bitcoin went down 70%, 2018. And then January 2019 went down another 9%. Sheesh. That would scare the shit out of anybody. But then what happened after that? February 2019 up 11. March up 7, so that's about 18, 19. April up 34%, so that's about 55%. May up 50%. Now you back up 100%. So just like that, being patient and dollar cost averaging in May 2019, Bitcoin was up 52%. In April 2019, Bitcoin was up 35%. Just in those 2 months alone, you up 100% in Bitcoin. And then what happened in June 2019? It's up another 26%. But nothing's going to go up in a straight line and nothing going to go down in a straight line. As you can see from what these charts continue to show, 2017 was an awesome year. If we could get a year like 2017, 2017, look at this. January, flat. February plus 23%. March down 9. Look at April up 32. Look at May up 52%. June up 10. July up 17. August up 65%. You talking about being in a good mood? What percentage is that? That's 60, 5, 75, 80, 90, 140, 170, minus 10, 160, plus 20, 108, up 180% in 6 months in 2017 in Bitcoin. So you know what your altcoins were doing in 2017. You know your altcoins were making people RICH in 2017. This is amazing. Hey, outstanding job, the shy one. The shy one said, I bought when the fear and greed index got down to 5. I'm a happy camper. Those of us who were buying the dips in February of 2026, comfortable right now. If the market dipped, we still comfortable right now. Calm, cool, and collective. Patience, especially patience in Bitcoin. You take a look at these charts. These charts do not lie. April, we're up 11.18%. May, starting off a little green. What if May we get up 15%? Whew. Yeah, man. Bitcoin is looking good. The cryptocurrency market is looking good. The way things are starting to correct itself to the upside. No, you're not always comfortable in Bitcoin. Well, you will be, but Bitcoin can get uncomfortable also. Going from $126,000 to $60,000, that's a little bit uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable that a lot of people are saying, you know what, it's probably going to go to $50,000. It's probably going to go to $40,000. That is uncomfortable. But in the long run, we know that Bitcoin always continue to make higher highs. We saw Bitcoin go from $69,000 to $16,000. That's scary. But on the reverse, if you trust the process, you will go from $16,000 to $126,000. If you trust the process, you'll go from $60,000 to $250,000. That's why Bitcoin is the king, and that is why a lot of the large institutions and smart money is loading the boat in cryptocurrency, buying as much Bitcoin as they can buy. As much Bitcoin as you want to sell, they're going to buy it. If you're selling your Bitcoin, the people with the deep pockets will buy it from you. Definitely. Cheap Bitcoin is always a good thing. Do you think altcoin season is happening? Yep. I think altcoin season will happen. Didn't happen in 2025. Maybe it's going to be 2026. Why would that surprise you? Did it surprise you that we didn't have an altcoin season in 2025? So to have an altcoin season in 2026, look how strong the Bitcoin dominance has been at 60% range. Once that dominance starts to slide, that's when altcoin season occurs. 2017 was a magical year for cryptocurrency. When's the last time we seen a year like 2017? 2018 was horrible. 2019 was fair. 2020 was actually excellent. Even though we had that March dip down 25%, after that, up 34% in April, up 10% in May, down 3% in June, up 24% in July. 2020 was actually awesome. Up 27% in October, up 42% in November, up 47% in December. Quarter 4 was a thing of beauty in 2020. 2023, quarter 4 was a beauty. 2024, quarter four was a beauty. The elections, quarter four was awesome. So paying attention to the trends, watching the way things run up, comparing year to year, cycle to cycle is very important. Bitcoin will probably cool off a little bit. Then we'll see another run up. But the way things are lining up with these ETFs, very bullish. Seems to be trying to buy up as much Bitcoin as they can. It's definitely exciting. It's definitely giving positive reinforcements. They say even COINBASE bought $88 million worth of Bitcoin during the dip because they know they need to make sure that they have Bitcoin on hand because every Bitcoin they sell is profit if they could catch somewhere near the bottom. Scarcity of Bitcoin is a thing. So definitely just interesting to see how everything is playing out. Past 7 days, you could take a look at the coins that have been dominating. ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, Zcash, Ondo. Dash has been performing well. Just some great moves that we've been seeing in the overall cryptocurrency space. He said, imagine we just go on a multi-year climb up with small corrections in between and altcoins just keep rising without topping out. With cryptocurrency, man, I don't put nothing past anything. I don't put nothing past anything because you take a look at it working on them already? Golly. Hopefully, man, what's the score? I know LeBron don't need me just yet. Let's see what the score is. NBA playoffs. 24-17. Golly. Man, Austin Reeves, you better show up, man. Stop shooting them down three-pointers. Drive to the basket and get them boys in foul trouble. DeAndre Ayton, I'm going to need you to stay in the paint and dominate. Maybe they got to call me down. Maybe I got to go coach the Lakers, too. Maybe I got to go coach the Lakers. What's their coach name? What's the kid name? Used to be a player. What's the Lakers coach name? Lakers coach. JJ Redick. JJ Redick, set to the side for a minute. Let me step in here and communicate with LeBron. Let me communicate with Austin Reeves. And let me at least get us 2 wins. I know you can get us 1 win, but we got to at least get 2 wins, man. We can't just go out like that. Said Bitcoin is becoming more attractive than gold. Analysts at JP Morgan say that since the start of the Iran conflict, investors have been buying Bitcoin more aggressively than gold. Well, we understand that that's the Bitcoin to gold cycle correlation. Every time gold and Precious metals go parabolic, hit its all-time high. It starts to come down, and then after that, we see cryptocurrency and Bitcoin have some magical pumps. Say Bitcoin is up 26% since the Iran conflict, and gold initially dropped and still hasn't fully recovered. The narrative is shifting. Instead of treating Bitcoin as a risk asset, more investors are starting to view it as a hedge against currency debasement and geopolitical instability. Gold had its massive rally last year. Now the market is wondering whether 2026 could become Bitcoin's turn. There it is. There it is. So definitely some interesting perspectives. Everybody is eyeing Bitcoin right now. All eyes are on Bitcoin right now. All eyes are on LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers right now. And we're going to see what this game 3 will consist of. Hopefully it could be 2-1 after this. We got to get a little momentum in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and get a little bit momentum with King James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me on this weekend. Appreciate y'all for always tapping in with me. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that's all I got for you on this.